A very good morning once again. Welcome to Experiencing God Through the Seasons of Life. Our devotion this morning is titled, Shut the Door. You will recall that we are exploring 2 Kings chapter 4 verses 1 through 7. And we want to see the lessons that this widow got after she went to seek help from the prophet. So today verse 4 reads, "And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and thy sons, and thou shalt pour out all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full." May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of His word. The first instruction is they shut the door. You know, in life, I've realized that many people leave our doors open to praise singers or to critics. When you've decided to do something, remember we said you need to look deep into yourself and see what you can do or what you can do. So this woman was given the instruction to shut the door. What was going to happen behind those closed doors was not for the ordinary eye, because this woman was trusting God for the instructions that she had received. She was told to shut the door upon her and her sons. And the sons were going to be part of the process. They were going to be part of the miracle. When we have been left alone with our children, we need to involve them. Everything that we do, every time we think of a project, every time we are going to do a project, as a widow, you need to include your children. If you exclude your children, you will always be slaving for them. They will always be asking for airtime. They don't know how you have gotten that airtime. But if you involve them, like the prophet said, you and your children. Remember, these children were old enough to be taken to go and be slaves. And I want to think, at times we leave our children we feel sorry maybe for our children. I don't know why she was not working with her children who were old enough to go and work somewhere else. She could have been working with these boys to avoid the disaster that was upon them as a family. But we thank God that He always comes in when we are facing such challenges in our lives. And the prophet says, go and shut the door behind you and your children and start pouring the oil. The greatest strength of this woman was her ability to listen to instructions. She went in and shut the door. And like I said, there are praise singers. There are people who tell you, you're only a woman. Why worry? Why bother? You have done your best. There's nothing you can do. And children will stop going to school. And you know, the story of a widow, most stories of widows end disastrously because people have listened, they have left their doors open and people are suggesting things. I want to suggest this morning that you need to shut the door of your life. Whatever God is doing in your life, do not testify prematurely. Let the Lord do His miracle inside your doors. I remember there was a time when I would come in and sing a song that the Lord would have given me. And my children, remember, my children would dance with me once they witnessed that testimony. There are always times when we have to preach our God. These children must have lost faith in the God of their mother. But if they were going to be part of the miracle, they would also need no one to explain God to them. They would experience God for themselves. Do you think they would have needed a sermon after experiencing this? No. This was all they needed to say there is a God in heaven. So she was told to shut the door upon her and her sons and to pour oil into the vessels. Many waste treasure. She was told to pour the oil into the vessels. She has gone to learn how to grow mushroom. Now you need to practice. Pour oil into the vessels. Practice what you have learned. Use what you have borrowed. She had borrowed vessels. She needed to pour the oil. She needed to pour treasure. You need to learn to pour treasure into the vessels that you have borrowed. And the other instruction she was told to set aside whichever vessel was full. When the vessels are full, do not overstay at your point of achievement. Learn to move and continue doing the same, improving your skill. If you have learned a skill, continue improving. She was pouring the same oil into the vessels, same oil into the vessels. And there's something that I also like about this process. It was the mother who was pouring because the sons were pushing the vessels and they were moving. It was the treasure exchanging containers, but the same treasure. May the Lord help you as you put treasure into the vessels, as you practice what you'll have learned. May the Lord bless you. And let's meet again tomorrow and see what goes on in this widow's life.